Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Upper St. Clair High School. We're here for this WPIAL Quad A quarterfinal match between the Panthers of Upper St. Clair and the Rams from Pine-Richland High School. I'm Rob Mertz here with Gavin Williams. Good evening, Gavin.
Good evening, Rob. It's a little bit of a chilly evening, and we've got two really good soccer squads tonight. This should be a dandy of a matchup.
Yeah, no doubt this is the premier marquee matchup of this quarterfinal round. Two very good teams that one of them will be going home this evening, and their season will be ending. So we'll have to call a tight one here. As this game, I expect it to be back and forth. I expect both teams to have many opportunities throughout this game, and it should be a great test.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers have really been peaking at the right time. They swept the second half of the section after dropping 3 early games, and so they are coming in probably with their best foot forward here. Pine-Richland's only lost 3 games all season, playing a fairly tough conference with Seneca Valley and North Allegheny. So, I mean, it's the 4 and the 5 seeds, and the matchup looks fairly even on paper.
Yeah, and it's you look at that Section 1 group, 4 of teams in the quarterfinals tonight are from Section 1. Every game has a Section 1 team represented, so it's not impossible to think that the WPIAL semifinals will be all from the same section. But obviously, the Panthers have something to say about that tonight, and we'll see how things go. So we'll get right to the action here as the ball's put down into the Panthers area, and Kren's able to turn out of some pressure and play up the near line to Rocco, who dribbles in front of the Panthers bench. Goes down the line looking for Burlingame, who started up top for the Panthers. Here's Donnelly for Pine-Richland. You'll hear that name quite a bit tonight. Centrally for Swan, and on that far side, it's Kalen, another big part of the Pine-Richland attack. Here's Swan again on the ball. Cuts it in towards the top of the D. Snyder there defending for the Panthers. Ball shot from distance right in on Gianni.
So pretty good from Jules. No spilling or anything like that early on. It was a hopeful shot, but good to see Jules steady as she goes early on here.
Well, and you mentioned the temperatures here is definitely the coldest game the Panthers have played in thus far this year. Temperature about 40 degrees here at game time, and certainly going to fall a little bit throughout the game. Getting a late start as the game ahead of us, Ambridge and Hampton went to overtime. So it's just shy of 9 o'clock here, and we're just getting underway. Here comes Pine-Richland down into the Panthers area. Ball is knocked over the end line, and it will be a goal kick for the Panthers.
Yeah, just a bit of a miss there. She looked like she had a bit of an angle to cross the ball, and I think she sort of stubbed her foot when going for a lefty cross. It will be a Panther goal kick. Yeah, you're right, Rob. I mean, the conditions are a little different than what we've seen so far. At least we have no rain, which has been sort of the theme of the season so far.
You see Pine-Richland, at least initially, not sitting back in this game, playing on the front foot. They want to attack and get forward. Ball off of Kren, going to be a Pine-Richland throw.
Yeah, and it's refreshing in a way, a team that's going to actually, really play soccer. It'll be a nice test for the Panthers. A lot of teams have really sat back against them, played more kickball. So it looks like in the early going, it's going to be a little more of a skill game.
Panthers unable to really get anything going in their attacking half of the field thus far. Here's Mertz on the far side, is able to take a ball away from a Pine-Richland player and head down that far line. 2 to beat now. Ball's taken away from Landy, and here come Pine-Richland passing to the center. Nice little move there, and they'll play to Donnelly, who dribbles into the circle. She plays a ball through, looking for Kalen's run. Now they come wide near side. Kren's there to defend. Nice little turn. Player in the right foot corner of the area crossed in. Gilbert's there for the Panthers, though, and clears it out over the near touchline for a throw for the Rams.
Yeah, right now the first touch for the Panthers has deserted them a little bit in the early going. Got to be able to maintain possession to do that. You got to have the first touch be a little bit sharper.
Rocco plays up to Burlingame at midfield, but good aggressive defending there from the Rams are able to win that ball back. Played off of Gibbons. Ball falls nicely for Donnelly. Shoots with that left foot. I think it might have been deflected. Either way, it was a weak shot. No problem for Gianni there to handle that one.
Yeah, Megan Donnelly, number 21, is the one you got to worry about. Coach Gray told me before the match, she's going to get the majority of the focus. She's going to get the majority of the work down the flank. So, that's the one you're going to have to be concerned about if you're the Panthers.
Ball off of Upper St. Clair, be a throw at midfield for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, Panthers just have to sort of, they're obviously a little jittery. You can tell from some of the first touches. They just got to have to hang in there until they get their sea legs.
Ball played to the top of the area. Krenz there off of her thigh. Now she's able to volley out wide here on the near side for Rocco. She cuts inside on the dribble. Is able to play a short pass to Gibbons, who gives it back to Kren here.
This is better.
Here's Rocco now. Burlingame in front of her. Mertz and Perry in the middle, and just ends up giving it away there on a... Seems like she ran out of ideas.
Yeah, Panthers have to be a little more proactive with their runs off the ball. Right now they're standing a little much.
Here's Landy now on the dribble. Trying to get outside wide. She's knocked off the ball, and Pine-Richland will come the other way. You can see how active Donnelly will be in this game as she gets forward, but she also doesn't mind checking back for the ball. She wants that ball at her feet.
Yeah, Coach Gray said she'll even pop middle at times, even though she prefers the right flank. So
there's Burlingame down to the corner for Madsen. She's going to get to it. Crosses with that right foot right in on the near post. That's really the first foray into the final third for the Panthers tonight. No one home to try to get that ball away from the goalie.
No, it wasn't the best cross from Jane, but you saw the pace up the right flank. The good part about that, Rob, was and this is not surprising. Didn't look like the left outside back for Pine-Richland had any chance of staying with Jane's pace. That'll be something to look for as we move forward in this match.
Gilbert now to Belak on the far side. She goes up the line looking for Madsen, but her pass is out of bounds. Be a throw for the Rams. Taken short to Swan. She just turns and wheels it up over midfield. And they go long looking for Donnelly, but Kren's able to volley out. Long header comes to Belak. Trying to find the ball. She does. Wide for Madsen. Under her foot, though, and another throw coming for Pine-Richland. 33 minutes remaining first half. No score in this quarterfinal match.
Good back pressure from Landy there. Good.
Short pass to Madsen, but Pine-Richland returns the favor and is able to come back and win a ball to Kren, who will touch this one back to Gianni in her own penalty area. She clears it out, but it comes right to Donnelly. Second ball to Mia Snyder now. Here's Emily Rocco on the near side. Dribbles up over midfield. Ball gets away from her. She's able to get back on it and looks for Burlingame, but it ends up in the back line. And here comes Belak forward. Panthers just not able to connect anything right now. Partially due, I think, a little bit of pressure from Pine-Richland. They're doing a good job being active defensively all over the field. And also maybe the Panthers just not as sharp as they need to be right now.
Yeah, I think they're a little tight right now. I think as they start to get running a little bit more, I think they'll start to get into the match a little bit. They're sometimes when you get tight a little bit, I think you stand a little more than you need to. And I think that's what we're seeing so far.
So Gianni with the ball. No doubt the strength of the Pine-Richland attack are the two flank players, Kaylin and Donnelly. Here's Belak volleying high over midfield down towards Madsen. She knocks a header in towards Burlingame. She's run off the ball nicely by Swan. And here come Pine-Richland again. Donnelly turns. Plays a ball up to their target, who tries to go through, but the pass is deflected. Swan will get back on it for Play to that outside back coming over midfield. Her pass forward is intercepted by Belak, but then just another giveaway from the Panthers. And that's been the story of the first 10 minutes here. There's Donnelly getting past Gibbons. And a ball played through Kaylin would have been offsides there. But you can see she's active, trying to get forward, trying to force our back four and pressure and try to find that space in behind. Again, good defending as Pine-Richland's able to get numbers around the ball. And Swan will find it in the midfield. She's playing that deep sort of holding midfield, but she's directing traffic from that spot. It's going to be a good battle all night here, Kren and Donnelly.
Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for Marissa. She's such a good athlete. She has a lot of poise. It will be very interesting to see how she handles herself. Oh, here we go. This is difficult.
Yeah, Swan with a long ball.
Great play from Jules.
Ends up finding Kaylin. And Kaylin knocks down Gilbert at the top of the Panthers' penalty area, so it'll be a free kick coming out. So that ball just was floated in behind. Couldn't really be dealt with as it bounced once or twice, and Kaylin was able to get on the end of it and really create a dangerous opportunity for the Rams. Panthers just need to find a way to break this pressure by connecting a few passes, which they have not been able to do to this point.
Yeah, I just think, like I said, I just think they need to get into this match a little bit. I think they'd be, suited to, run, get in a couple tackles, and just kind of get your legs. It seems like they don't really have their footing right now.
And I think there were some nerves coming into this one.
No question. I mean, you got a lot of seniors, and you don't need to do the math. You know it could be your last match, and so it is difficult. And once you get over that and get into the match, I think they'll be fine.
Madsen battling on the far side, trying to win a ball. It's headed out towards the far touchline. Landy's able to get on it. Plays it back to Belak, who plays a hard ball down the line. Seconds come to Burlingame, who passes to Mertz now. She'll look to cross. She does. Ball put in the middle. There's Gibbons coming forward. And this is where the Panthers are exposed a little bit. When Nikki comes forward out of that holding midfield, now Pine-Richland's running right at our back four. Here's a ball played through for Kaylin. Belak, top of the box. Kaylin gets there first on the left foot. Crosses into the middle. Gilbert's there. Knocks it out over the end line. Going to be a corner kick for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of pace from Kaylin there up the flank. You're right. Two things happened there. Nikki got caught up, trying to get on the cross, which, that's what you want her to do. She's the target guy. And then Marissa, tried to, challenge up and keep it in and was not able to do so. And as a result, the Panthers didn't have numbers back. Very dangerous situation.
Corner taken short by the Rams. Panthers are sleeping. Shot! Oh, cleared off the line by Gibbons.
What a play by Nikki. That's incredible. That was going to be a goal.
Yeah, the Panthers just got caught napping there as Pine-Richland took that corner short and were able to serve a ball right into the Panthers' goal mouth. There's a ball through.
Now, yeah, she was offsides and she came back.
A little too far, yes. So offsides, be a free kick coming for the Panthers. So maybe Panthers weathering a storm here, some of it of their own making.
Boy,
in the early going.
What a play by Nikki. I mean, that's just it's a flat-out great play that, with her size and athleticism, I'm not sure there's another Panther who can do that.
Yeah, the Panthers they have to up their compete level here. They're getting out hustled and out physical right now. So we'll see what kind of reaction they have in the next few minutes. Again, another pass off the mark. Ball flicked in towards a target player, played up over top for Donnelly. Kren's there. Shielding. Oh, this one is played high, goes off the football crossbar. Should be a goal kick. No, they said that's in.
Oh, I agree with you, Rob. I thought that was out.
Maybe we just aren't seeing it right, Gavin.
It's very possible. It wouldn't be the first time.
Landy's pressured there and dribbles out of bounds. So a throw-in coming right in front of the Panther bench. Yeah, I think the Panthers need to pass the smelling salts around a little bit, Gavin. They're still a little – they just haven't quite woken up yet. Rocco.
Good ball.
Switches fields, tries to find Mertz. Touch gets away from her, and Pine-Richland will come up with it. Here's Swan. He's doing a good job distributing out of that deep midfield position. And they'll look forward for Kalen. You could tell what they're looking to do. The fast break is probably been their bread and butter with the speed of Kalen and Donnelly up top. It's probably been their bread and butter all year, and they're looking to find those angles and those opportunities to play into and behind the Panthers' back four.
Yeah, right now, really, the Panthers simply need to. Who's this, Bekeza?
Yeah, Bekeza coming in the game for Belak.
And it looks like Gilbert's going out wide, Bekeza in the middle. Right now, I think it's more of compete levels was a good way to describe it, but also touch right now. Oh, boy, bad kick. They got away with it. But right now, the first touch just isn't there for the Panthers. They're just not sharp. They're not able to maintain possession because their first touch, they're getting closed down and losing it.
Yeah, the Pine-Richland just looks the much more comfortable and confident team right now.
Great turn.
Good turn from Landy. Looking for someone to distribute to. Ball tackled away from her, though, and comes back to Gibbons. And forces Bekeza there to take a foul as Nicky's touch sort of went awry, and Casey had to dive in at that tackle.
Yeah, a bit of a hospital ball there, just not enough pace on it. Panthers got to be careful again. It's the second time they've sort of been asleep on the quick restart. Ooh, great strike.
Donnelly shooting from distance. Gianni handles that one and distributes wide on the far side. Goes out past Madsen. Yeah, just not quite enough urgency right now from the Panthers. Look, the space. Pine-Richland dictating the terms of every engagement here. As the Panthers the game is just sort of going on around them right now, rather than grabbing it by the scruff of the neck and inserting themselves into the game. So we'll see what changes here with 24 minutes remaining in the first half. No score yet. Rather fortunately for the Panthers in that regard. Swan with a volley attempt goes out of bounds on the far side. So Gilbert out there. Takes the throw up over midfield. Header won by Madsen, comes right back to Swan. Here's Donnelly, plays forward for Kalen. She's onside, into the area. Gilbert giving chase. Gianni there out with a big save as Jules basically came out and just said no, grabbed that ball as it was shot into her and didn't give up any sort of a rebound. That was the incredible part of that save.
Yeah, Jules Gianni's been absolutely terrific. She's definitely been the best player for the Panthers so far. And, Nikki, fortunate to get a call there. She's a bit off balance. But, this game could very easily be 1 or 2-0. Jules has been excellent. She's been proactive. She's come off her line a couple times and disrupted things. And, you said it. She didn't spill that. She was solid with her hands. Good stuff from Jules Gianni early.
Carson Bogan looking to check into the game. Yeah, I think Coach right now needs to be looking at any and all options to spark the Panthers. Rocco crosses from a tight angle.
Oh, there goes Landy Mertz.
Landy was able to get across the goalie and just deflect that one in. Great ball by Rocco to cut that back.
Boy, that's... We've talked about it in the bad way most of the year, Rob. But that one's against the run of play in the Panthers' favor this time. But that's really the first good opportunity. And basically it was the Panthers winning a second ball, which they've not done well. A good ball, and then Emily Rocco just with a gorgeous cross. Landy with a proactive run, nice little toe poke. And, well, boys, 1-0 Panthers. I don't quite know how, but it doesn't matter. It's what the scoreboard says.
So Carson Bogan into the game, Burlingame off. And, yeah, it's funny. My son's coach yells at them all the time about getting across in front of the keeper, making runs across in front of the keeper when the ball is being played into the area. And that's exactly what happened there. And you saw the benefit of it as Landy was just able to get a foot on that and redirect it into the back corner. And turned out to be, as Rocco made a nice attempt to get down to the end line and cross that ball back at an angle rather than putting it square right into the goalie's hands. It was just a really nice play.
Well, Rob, strange things happen under a full moon, and that's what we have tonight. And it's when you're getting dominated and you haven't given up a goal yet, sometimes that can empower you. You say, hey, we're still in this match, and the first good opportunity for the Panthers is put home. Great stuff from Emily and Landy.
You know what they call this moon, Gavin?
What's that?
It is a hunter's moon.
A hunter's moon. I didn't know that.
It's the first full moon after a harvest moon, I guess, which is the first moon of the autumn. So this is a hunter's moon.
Well, hey, our broadcasts are not just soccer here, Rob. You learn things in these broadcasts too, myself included.
So maybe that will spark the Panthers. Well, let's see if they're able to get themselves into this game a little bit more. But it's really the first play of note from them anywhere on the field. The first time they were able to connect any dots, and it ends up in the back of the Pine-Richland net. So
yeah, I mean, most importantly, I just simply hope they relax. They just look tight, and when you look tight, it almost doesn't look like you're trying sometimes because you're standing. But hopefully, you get in the first one, seeing the first one go in, maybe that'll empower them, embolden them, and give them a little bit of confidence because we know they're a lot better than what we've seen in the first half.
There's Mertz trying to settle down off of that goalie punch. He's able to do it, keep it in on the far side. Has Gibbons square, but goes up the line looking for Madsen. And that's a tough ball. One of those front runners has to come across the field. It's really difficult to connect a straight run with a straight pass. And they've got to create some angles there. Ball in towards Kaylin. Snyder's there, so is Gianni. A little bit of miscommunication, hesitation there by Mia. She thought Jules was going to come out, but she was outside the area, so she wasn't able to come out and grab that ball until the ball entered the penalty area, obviously. They've switched sides again. Gilbert on the near side now, as Donnelly's been moved up top for the Rams. And Kren has gone to that far side to keep an eye on Kaylin.
That's a good sign, Nikki coming in and winning that like Nikki does. It was a good ball.
Nice knockdown there by Bogan. Could she keep a hold of it? Goes off a Pine-Richland player and out for a Panther throw on the far side.
And that's what Carson Bogan does up there that gives you a little bit of a different look. She's very good at winning balls, at her first touch and holding it up and using people off her. And she gives you a bit of a different look than Ava does. And it'll be interesting to see if that helps kind of spur the Panthers' attack a little bit by being able to hold the ball up, playing it off to some of the wings. Oh, great ball.
Here comes Donnelly near side. Mia Snyder out at the corner of the area. Donnelly cuts in on a left foot. Bekeza comes out, shot taken, but Gianni can handle that easily. Not a very good shot from Swan, but really nice play. Donnelly gave you a little glimpse there of what she's capable of on the dribble.
Yeah, very dangerous. The Panthers have to be careful. The one thing that we're really seeing from Pine-Richland is those beautiful diagonal balls from the middle of the field out to the flanks, which Rob has said several times it's what to expect from them. But they've been really dangerous that way. The Panthers have to be a little more attentive to those.
Nice give and go there from Rocco. Landy's able to get past a couple defenders. Plays a ball in towards Bogan, just past her as it rolls to the top of the D. Played out. Here's Perry now. Takes a shot from distance. I guess that was a shot. Maybe
I think she was looking for Rocco.
Float one in there for Rocco. A little too short for her, and the goalie will come up with it and going to punt this up towards midfield. It's a high punt, relatively short. Gibbons is there. She's going to get called for jumping over the top. That Pine-Richland player.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. You can't. I mean, if your head's up looking for the ball, you can't really see that. But
nice job by Mia to come out, separate the player from the ball, and look for Madsen on that far side, up towards Mertz.
Great
turn. Turns to the near side. Plays wide for Rocco. Bogan running. Rocco crosses, and it's right into the goalie's thankful hands at the near post.
Emily would have probably been better off settling that first. That's really hard to one-time a ball with your opposite foot on a cross that was coming from that far.
Ball punted right into the center circle. Gibbons there again. Second ball comes towards Donnelly, but Gibbons is able to get on it and play it back to Bekeza. 17 minutes remaining first half. 1-0 Panthers. And a throw coming for Pine-Richland on the far side. Madsen there battling with Swan. Swan gets a hold of it, plays it central. Rocco. Ball comes to Mertz. Quick pass, give and go with Bogan. Landy on that right foot towards the corner of the area. Plays it wide for Madsen. First time cross. It's deflected. It goes out on the far side. It'll be a throw for the Panthers.
Good idea. We're starting to see Landy assert herself a little bit in terms of, we've seen some good turns, taking advantage of space, and being the facilitator that she is. Landy can obviously score goals. We've seen that. But I think her biggest role might be to settle things in the midfield and facilitate. And she's doing really well here in about the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was nice to on that last sequence see them connect some dots there and connect some passes, which they really haven't done in the first 20-plus minutes of this game.
No, they're a skill team. They're a possess-the-ball team, and you just haven't seen it enough in the first half.
Bogan giving chase down towards the end line.
Boy, the Pine-Richland defender got a little lucky there. She tried to shield very far from the goal line. Carson got around her, but the ball was kind of deflected. She tried to toe poke it. Didn't quite get a lot on it, but that's probably not a good tact by the Peterstown or the Pine-Richland Central back.
Here's a ball up towards Malicki, who's now back at that target position. Donnelly pressuring now, takes the ball away from Gilbert. A pair of 21s. Down towards the end line goes Donnelly. Plays it in right at the near post. No problem there for Gianni. She was positioned well.
Panthers have to do a better job of communicating there. Emily Gilbert did not see her, and I don't think she got a call, or certainly didn't get a call fast enough. She was dispossessed. If there's one person you want to alert your teammates to that is coming, it's Donnelly, and she came fast and hard. And, she's been very dangerous up the flank.
Well, now that they've moved Donnelly back out to the side, Kren has switched back. Here's Mertz in front of the Pine-Richland bench. Got a head of steam down the far side, cuts it back to her right foot. Now it goes back down the line off the dribble, knocked off a Pine-Richland player, so a Panther throw coming. Looks like Landy will take this one. Down the line to Rocco. Just plays it back to Landy. On that right foot. Crosses. Over to Madsen now. Here's Perry into the area. Comes to Madsen again. And they'll clear it out over the far touchline. Panther throw.
But that's good work. Haley and Jane doing some good work pressuring. It doesn't look like the Pine-Richland back four is enjoying some of the pressure. They've just sort of tried to ping it out. They've had some missed clearances. That'll be something to watch as the Panthers try to push their attack forward if they can kind of take advantage of some of that.
There's no doubt the best distributor of that group is Swan, who's playing that deep midfield position. If we can try to keep the ball away, here's Swan at midfield.
She's been excellent.
Oh, that's a deflection falls nicely for Kalen, looking for Malecki's run into the top of the area. What
nice
a sliding tackle from Snyder.
She was right on the ball.
She was able to get the ball, and Malecki fell over top of her right in the D. I think had they called that, it would have been outside the area anyway, but no call given there, and very nice play, gutsy play by Mia.
I think it's from the side. I think that was okay, Rob.
Donnelly keeps it in on the near side. Cuts towards the corner of the area. Here comes Pine-Richland. The ball comes nicely back to very luckily for Donnelly, back to her. Kren defending, knocked out for a corner kick. And you can see Donnelly loves to have the ball at her feet. She wants to run at defenders. She's obviously probably had a ton of success doing that at the high school level.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality there. I mean, there really is. I got to give Pine-Richland credit. They've been very, very dangerous in the final third.
Corner taken short, knocked off of Bogan. Panthers need to keep two out here to defend if they're going to have two. And finally, Donnelly will go central. And a corner kick will be taken by Swan. So Panthers need to look alive here. They know they've been weak on set-piece defending. Ball's played. There's a header right on Gianni, and she's able to parry that down out of the way and then grab it on the rebound.
She did a good job because she was bracketed there and she still sneaked around the shielder of the goalie and got to that. Jules Gianni's been just fabulous the first half.
That was a giveaway pass there by the Panthers. Can't afford to do that in their own end, but Perry does a nice job to win it. Comes past off of her as she lost control on the dribble and a throw for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, I feel like the Panthers are trying to do a little bit too much on the dribble. They just need to. I think if they play simple, some square balls and things, they may be better off. I feel like they're just a little bit too frantic with the ball.
12 minutes remaining now. 1-0 Panther lead. Ball comes to midfield. I know I'm mispronouncing number 7's name, but I'll go with Malecki. And here's Bogan now giving chase. Ball cleared out, near side.
Yeah, it sounds Russian, whatever it is.
Malabicki, how about that? I'll try that one for a while. Malabicki, number 7 for the Rams.
Yeah, she's had a bunch of good chances, however you pronounce it.
Ball cleared by Malabicki. Up comes to Snyder, though, at midfield. Donnelly giving chase. But again, pass given away. Here comes Kalen on the run. Donnelly going wide on that far side. Good ball down in towards the top of the area. Gianni comes out, decides to go back. Cuts to her right foot. Does Donnelly shoots? Oh, just wide of that near post. Much too much room for her in the area there. As Bekeza out to defend, and that gives you a really good opportunity as that ball turned over all the way back in their end, and within 3 passes, it's down in our penalty area and creating a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, I mean, Megan Donnelly, it has a really nice, kind of move where it's sort of a Cruyff where she kind of fakes and does a little bit of a crossover, but she's undressing people with it tonight, and with a little more finishing quality, she could have 2 or 3 goals already.
Yeah, she just likes to, she just cuts the ball underneath her really well. She's very comfortable with the ball right underneath her, and she's able to cut that ball either way with her right or her left foot. Here's Bogan now. Wide for Madsen. Touches past one. Here comes Jane. She's going to be able to keep this in on the far side. Crosses first time, and it goes out. It's going to be a corner kick as it deflected off of a Pine-Richland defender.
Yeah, good work from Jane up the flank there. She obviously has a lot of pace, but she had a lot of stick-to-itiveness on that run. Because of that, she was able to kind of beat 2 defenders. And, they know how fast she is. It takes one time seeing her run before you realize she's dangerous with the ball at her feet.
First corner of the night for the Panthers. Here comes Landy with a run-up. Ball's served. Right in there. So, just as Nikki is going to get called for running to the goalie, but she was right there. And, the Panthers have done really well on their corner kicks recently. And it'll be really nice to see them get some more opportunities and knock one in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki deserved the penalty, but you have to do what she did there. She went up as hard as she could to try to win the head ball, and frankly, it was a really dangerous opportunity.
I feel like the Panthers, one thing they need to do here to really sort of grab control of this game is just more pressure on the ball in the midfield. They're backing off a little too content to let Pine-Richland have the ball in the midfield. We've got to create some more pressure. McKenzie in the game now for Perry. We'll see what Jen brings to the game here. Rocco goes central to Gibbons. She knocks it down. Now she's on the dribble. Plays a square pass to McKenzie. She looks up for Madsen. Ball skips past the defender into the top of the area. Misplayed. Madsen's there. Panthers can't get a hold of it. Still not cleared out, though. Bogan on it now. And played off of a Pine-Richland player. Should be a Panther throw. It is. Gilbert with it in front of... No, they're going to switch that around.
Well, we've talked about it a couple times, Rob, but we've seen some misplays out of the back from Pine-Richland. I think what the Panthers need to do is have the ball in the Pine-Richland final third a little more because they've been very dangerous when they've gotten it there. This has been the opposite of the Panthers most of the year. Most of the year they've possessed the ball and not been dangerous enough in the final third. This game they've been dangerous when they've got it there. It just hasn't happened enough.
Here, that's the kind of ball we need to be winning. As Landy's tackled off the ball, Pine-Richland will come right back. Ball pass Gibbons. Donnelly at the center circle. Bekes is right on her and just clears it out over the far touchline. Right at midfield. It'll be a throw for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, Pine-Richland's so dangerous on the counterattack. Whenever there's a turnover, in the midfield area, you just, you kind of hold your breath and get to the edge of your seat because Pine-Richland has so much speed up the flank that you can go very quickly. St. Clair's got to make sure they have numbers behind the ball.
Here's Swan with it now. Got to deny her service, which the Panthers were able to do there. She's forced to play the ball back, and Rocco's able to get in on a tackle, but Pine-Richland's still with it. Ball comes past Swan and played out to that far side. And there again, example, just the distribution isn't there if it's not number 9. I think that the Panthers, again, if they can ratchet up the pressure in the midfield and win a few of these 50-50 balls, I think they're going to be able to have some success running at these back four of Pine-Richland. no doubt, Gavin, the strength of their team is up top and in the midfield. So here we go. It's Rocco giving chase. I'm sorry, that's McKenzie. Near side, Malabicki. Gilbert there defending down towards the corner. Malabicki steps over, comes back to that left foot, still on the ball. Gilbert's there now, and Rocco steps in and is able to dribble up the near line. 6.5 minutes remaining now. 1-0 Panther lead. Here's Bogan. Ball gets away from her. She gets back on it. Has Landy in the middle. Plays her. A little bit of space for Landy now. Tries to cut past one, and there's 2 players there. Landy forced down. Going to be a foul. Free kick in a dangerous area.
Well, that all started with really good defending from Natalie Gilbert, good one-on-one defending. Emily Rocco played a really nice ball up. Carson Bogan won it, held it up like she does, laid it off to Landy. Landy made a really dangerous run. They needed 2 defenders to take it, and what do we got here?
They're going to, Landy's got a necklace on. It looks like she's got to get, is that what it is? The referee wants her to get rid of something here. She doesn't have to go off, right? Or does she?
Oh, they gave her a yellow card.
Gave who a yellow card? The coach gets a yellow card. For what exactly?
I don't have any idea.
I can't imagine he was... So
I'm being told players not properly equipped. So
that is one I've never seen before at the high school level. So, but it's Landy who's going off. So Landy apparently got the yellow card.
But if it's
but
coached,
Landy wouldn't have to come
why
off.
would she have to come out for 5?
Have to come off.
I don't know. Landy wouldn't be off unless there was. I feel like it has to be her.
That's a bizarre happening. Here comes Kren. Floater coming in on a goalie.
Oh, my gosh, wow.
The goalie spilled it, but no Panthers there to make her pay for that.
Yeah, Nikki was sort of distracting her, and I think she was more attentive to where Nikki was than actually controlling the catch. And, boy, another dangerous opportunity.
So, effectively, for the 5-minute rule, Landy's pretty much out for the rest of the half. Perhaps they could get a substitution in the last minute, but probably won't work out that way. So here's Gibbons playing wide to Madsen. She runs right past Donnelly. Look at the speed on Jane. Gibbons with it again. She comes forward. As Hujak went in the game when Landy went off. And defending on the far side, Gibbons comes up with it. Ball gets away from her on the dribble. Played up the line by Pine-Richland off of Madsen, and a throw-in coming for the Rams. So the Panthers need to just tighten down here and not let any sort of an equalizer get past them in these last 4.5 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, they've settled more in terms of, controlling the game a little bit more, controlling the ball a little bit more. But, you're right, Rob. Because of the dangers on the counterattack, you'd like to see the Panthers, kind of settle themselves here.
Schneider dispossessed on the dribble, and Gianni comes out off of Bekeza. No, my, and there we go. With 4.5 minutes left, a miscommunication in the back. And here we are at 1-1, just a goal that should have never happened. And Panthers will have to battle back from this one.
Wow.
Amanda Kalin.
Wow, that was just a...
Amanda Kalin. No, Elena Kalin. Yeah.
So a brutal mistake in the back from the Panthers. It's so funny. They've had, Pine-Richland's had a bunch of legitimate goal-scoring opportunities off of skill,
right,
and then
they score like that.
Yeah, get one on a miscommunication. It's, we've talked about strange stuff happening under a full moon, and that's exactly what you saw there. The disappointing thing about that is those are the back line that we've had all year and the goalie we've had all year. You shouldn't be having miscommunications like that at this stage of the season, but they have to shake it off because there's going to be a lot more action for them back there tonight.
Yeah, and the Panthers were, trying to dribble out of their own end. Got to try to avoid that when possible because those turnovers can be costly, and we found it there. And really, the ball through there was nothing to be too worried about. It got stuck in between Casey and Jules, and they weren't able to sort it out. And before you know it, it's in the back of our net. So here's Donnelly playing a ball up over midfield. Bekeza volleys all the way back into Bogan, who tries to hold it up, but Swan just wheels and turns it. Plays it up towards Snyder, and now Pine-Richland's on it. They pass it right to Bekeza. She gives it away on the dribble, and now Gibbons will get a hold of it. She plays a ball all the way up to Bogan, but someone stepped in front of her. It will come to Gilbert near side. Malabicki pressuring, and Gilbert's able to see that one out over the touchline. Hujak on the ball now. Tried to play to Rocco. Ball off of her and a Pine-Richland throw. Donnelly flicks a header into the Panthers' end. And McKenzie goes up the line. That passes out of bounds, though. Another throw coming for the Rams. 2:20 remaining, first half. 1-1 the score. Pine-Richland equalized and a goal by Elena Kalin. Not quite the way, as you alluded to, Gavin. Not quite the way you saw them scoring in this game.
No, I mean, we said it. Soccer's a funny game, and sometimes, you see goals against the run of play. You see fluke goals, and it's why, the Panthers have got to do a better job of, keeping the ball out of their own final third and possessing it more in the opposition final third. And that's really a possession and a build-up thing more than it is anything else.
Nice play by Donnelly there to win a battle against Gilbert. Swan plays a long one high over everything, sends Gianni into her net. But that ball was just too far. But they're going to say that was deflected on Swan's shot. So it's going to be a corner kick, another dangerous situation here Panthers have to deal with as this first half winds down to a close. Under 90 seconds remaining now. So Swan will take this corner. Here comes the run-up, the kick.
Wow.
Donnelly was able to get on the end of that, but on a half volley, tough to keep that ball down. It goes well over the crossbar.
And that can't happen. That's obviously a very tough finish, but she ran in uncontested.
Untouched.
That's the best player on the pitch right now. You can't have that happen. The Panthers certainly have to be aware of where she is, but also just simply have to do a better job marking.
45 seconds now. Panthers just sort of looking to survive this last part of the half. It's clearly unnerved by that goal. And here comes Hujak on the ball. Big tackle there. Comes back to Hujak. Wide now for Rocco. Cuts one in towards Bogan. Back to goal. Nice ball to Nikki in the slot. Shoots, and it goes in.
Beautiful build-up.
Great goal as Nikki Gibbons scores a late goal with 15 seconds left from Carson Bogan. Nikki Gibbons from Carson Bogan. So, wow, that was really nice work as Rocco got the ball wide. Again, was able to find Bogan, whose back was to goal, and she never did really face up on the play, but she played a nice little through ball into a ton of space right at the top of the area. Nikki took a touch and just passed the ball into that back post.
That was that was magical from Carson Bogan. The vision and the creativity that she saw there to see Nikki on that cut, and then Nikki really smart. She didn't need to bash it or anything like that. She just made a smart little pass, left side net, and wow, what a big goal. Big momentum shift.
2-1 Panthers at half, and we talked a little bit about the back four for Pine-Richland. They're definitely shaky, and it was proven there. So we'll be back for second half action. Okay, we are back for second half action here. Panthers winning 2-1 in this contest as we enter the second half. And Gavin, we alluded to it a little bit. We might as well just not sugarcoat it. The Panthers weren't very good in that first half, yet somehow were able to come away with a 2-1 lead. They're going to need to be better, I think, to see this game out, and I think they certainly have the capabilities to play their game and try to sort out what pressure that here we go. as the word comes out of my mouth, the pressure that Pine-Richland is building through the midfield. Here's a pass to Kalin, looking for Donnelly, but that's cleared out. Long ball put in. Here's Donnelly, goes out over the end line. Donnelly keeps it in nicely as Gianni retreats. Ball to the middle. And it comes to Mertz towards midfield. Landy on the dribble. Plays a pass to Madsen, who gets it back to Mertz. She tries to cut it back outside, but ball's tackled away from her and cleared out for a Panther throw.
Well, we just saw the first thing the Panthers can't do, and they cannot turn over the ball in midfield or especially in their own end, because the counterattack for Pine-Richland's been by far and away the most dangerous thing. What they need to do is possess the ball, especially in the midfield more, and then try to get in front of Pine-Richland's back four, because Pine-Richland's back four, even the tender, has been shaky today, and so they got to be able to do those things.
Madsen trying to cut inside. Good ball by Burlingame. Here comes Landy towards the corner of the area. 4 defenders there, though. Gibbons tries one from distance in on that keeper, and she's able to handle that. I think the Panthers just, we talked about it in the first half, just need to be a little more competitive and hard-nosed in the midfield and not give these opportunities for them to play balls through. Here comes Snyder now, playing the ball back to Gianni, wide on the far side to Gilbert. Plays it long up over midfield, headed right back into the Panthers' end. There's Perry. Ball comes back to the Rams. They'll find Kalen on this near side. Ball played in up over top. That's going to be the formula. Bekeza plays it back to Gianni. Her clearance is a skittish one, and it comes right to Donnelly now. Donnelly cuts to her right. Snyder there does a nice job to keep her heading outside. Donnelly gets back on it, corner of the area, and shoots it wide of the near post. You know, if there's got to be a matchup in the back with Donnelly, I think you want to have Mia handling that job.
Yeah, I mean, Mia's your veteran. She's got the most experience, probably the most pace, very competitive, and so, you know, you're right. I mean, it's not an ideal situation regardless, but, you know, Panthers have got to do a better job in the back four in terms of not turning it over, whether through poor clearances or bad touches or what have you.
Well, and holding on, you know, you talk about managing the game, holding on to this lead, it's going to be really important for Nikki to stay home and stay in that holding midfield position right in front of the back four, protecting them and not letting the balls get through easily. Here's a ball played by Perry up towards Burlingame on the far side, but goes under her foot, and it'll be a throw for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, if Nikki's going to score again, to me, if with a 2-1 lead, it's going to be on a breakout or a set piece where she can kind of get forward. But you're right. You know, she's so important as a ball winner that, you know, she's got to stay connected. That's great stuff from Mia right there. That's exactly what we need to see.
Ball thrown by the Rams up over midfield, comes to Kren. She cuts past one on the dribble, plays it wide to Perry, turns nicely down the line for Rocco out there, I believe. And the ball's played all the way back. Gianni should be able to touch this with her feet. She'll pick it up.
Yeah, at this point, there's nothing anything wrong with taking your time at any point here.
Absolutely. Need to drain seconds will become minutes off of this clock. There's a ball won by Pine-Richland. Donnelly plays to Kalen in towards the top of the D. She's forced to go sideways. And there's Donnelly on it again. Shoots from a long way out. Gianni there parries it wide, and Madsen's all the way back to her own end line to clear it up the touch line and out for a Ram throw.
Yeah, I mean, Donnelly's not just a skill player. She's very active. She wins balls. She's obviously very fast. Very impressive. She combines a lot of the positive attributes that we've seen from a lot of good players here. Really impressive. Only a sophomore. Amazing.
Throws taken short and played over the end line by Pine-Richland. And the Panthers will have a goal kick with 35 minutes remaining in the second half. 2-1 Panther lead.
Yeah, again, I think one thing to watch here, Rob, is second balls. The Panthers have got to be better winning second balls. You've talked about it all night in terms of being a little more competitive with the ball winning, and that's, I think, what we need to see.
There's second ball won by Bekeza. Comes past Burlingame, and they just get a hold of it a little too easy. Here comes Gibbons now, able to win a ball. She goes down, and they're going to call a trip as Nikki tries to sort that one out. She's been nursing an ankle. It looks like maybe she got twisted up there. She limps away from that tackle, trying to run it off.
That's a cold night, too. That doesn't help.
So Mia Snyder over this one. Needs to take her time. Ball played into the top of the area. Big header by Gibbons. Perry's there trying to keep it in on the far side, but it goes out. It'll be a goal kick for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki did a perfect job there. That's the best you can do from that angle. She headed it straight up in the air. It's just a shame Haley couldn't get it before it bounced. If she could have just sort of dropped it off, it was Panthers had a tap in.
Goal kick comes. It's a short one, but they're able to play it up towards midfield. Here's Snyder now. Turns out of pressure. Dribbles back into the Rams' end. Up towards Burlingame, who's playing that target position. And the Rams get a hold of it and just boom it long up towards Bekeza. She heads it out. Second ball is won by Pine-Richland. Donnelly's there. Mertz is there too, able to win a ball and just knock it back to Kren. Gives it back to Landy. She carries forward on the dribble now. Lays it back to Nikki. She's pressured immediately, gives it away on the dribble. And here comes Donnelly at midfield. Nice to keep her going east-west. Pressure by Malabicki and Kren on the far side. Trying to keep the ball in. She dribbles out. No, she's able to keep it in. Here's Perry now, I believe. No, that's Rocco coming forward. Still on the dribble is Emily. Ball's tackled away from her, and it'll be a Panther throw right at midfield.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's you always use the expression managing the game, and you're so correct, Rob. There's just been a couple turnovers in bad spots that is in that category of game management where hey, you get dispossessed, fine, but it can't happen in those certain areas of the field, and so the Panthers have to be a little more cognizant of that.
Yeah, and I just feel like if we could win a few more balls in the midfield and be able to run in at their back four, they are exposed and susceptible in that area of the field, but we just haven't been able to sort of break their press enough.
No, you're right. I think the switch fields is also something that the Panthers have used a lot more this year, and I don't think we've seen it as much today. A simple square ball and then another square ball, to kind of switch the point of attack. Panthers haven't really done that as much today, and I think they need to because, you have really good players on the flank. Emily Rocco's been very dangerous tonight. Landy's obviously wonderful on the flank, and so, that I think is a tact they need to try. Uh-oh.
There's Kalen on it now. Bekeza, Kalen into the area on the dribble. On that left foot, shoots wide of everything. Nice shot, though, but it's going to be a goal kick. You could get an idea of her speed.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Natalie Gilbert came up and didn't get any contact to try to win that ball, and Kaylin was loose. She doesn't even look like she's running hard, Rob. She's a very graceful runner, and all of a sudden, bang, she's by you.
Donnelly with a header. Second ball comes to Swan, but Gibbons is there on the dribble up towards midfield. As Madsen outside, goes down the line to Jane. Her pass is off the mark, though, and Pine-Richland comes up with it. Here's Swan. Touches past Mertz. Kalen now with it. Her back to goal. A lot of room there in the middle of the field for the Rams. Going wide. Passes off the mark, though, and Rocco touches forward for Mertz. This is where the Panthers have a little bit of a territorial advantage. Now, nice job by Swan there to make Landy turn on the dribble. Kren gets it now. Plays down towards the corner. This is going to roll out of bounds.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Marissa switch fields there. Just play a ball, to Nikki, to Jane. Try to switch the fields up. Use a little bit of the space there because every time we keep it on that side of the field, it's bunched and there's just not a whole lot of room.
Ball rolls out far side. Panther throw coming up. That's Rocco to take it to Burlingame. Turns down towards the corner. Gets to the end line. Plays it off of a Pine-Richland player. But they're able to clear up the line. That pass is intercepted. Pine-Richland gets back on it. Donnelly now. Bekeza steps up. Donnelly carries over midfield. In towards Snyder. Plays a ball to Kalen. Gianni off her line. Nicely done by Jules as she made the right decision. She made it early enough that she could get out and just snuff that opportunity out. Madsen dribbles out of bounds at midfield, and it'll be a throw for the Rams.
You know, they say as a goalie, you've got to, whatever you do, you've got to be decisive about it. You know, whatever you decide, go with it. And Jules made an aggressive decision, and because she was so, aggressive with it, she got there no problem. And really a good play from Jules has been excellent tonight.
Good ball from Perry there, out wide to Rocco. Her pass is intercepted, though. Here come the Rams. Donnelly again trying to cut past Bekeza. She's not able to do it. And here comes Rocco. Down the line for Burlingame. Her pass is intercepted. Mertz is able to deflect a clearance attempt. Landy into the top of the box on the left foot. Shoots! Oh, and the ball's out. Going to be a corner kick. No, they're going to say it went over the line before the goalie touched it. So a good chance there for Landy. Just wasn't able to get it on frame.
No, and that's, we've talked about it now several times. The Pine-Richland back four is a little shaky, and Landy took advantage there of a poor clearance.
Oh, boy, look at that goal kick. We have got to win those. Ball comes to Perry, wide to Rocco. Short pass to Burlingame. Give and go to Rocco. Back out on the far side down to the corner, but just too hard on that pass. And a throw coming for the Rams.
Right idea there. It just didn't quite connect.
Ball off of Pine-Richland, going to be a Panther throw.
Well, this is good from the Panthers. It isn't great possession. It's not quite as skilled as we've seen the Panthers this year, but keeping them pinned in their own end, I think, is there's obviously a value to that. And let's hope the Panthers can keep the territorial advantage.
Nice cut by Burlingame down to the end line. Crosses. Ball's deflected, though. Be another Panther throw. No, they cross it early. Madsen's there. Goalie, though, too, grabs it easily and distributes quickly to Donnelly on this near side in front of the Panther bench. She passes to Kalen at midfield. Heavy touch, though, comes to Bekeza. Panthers need to settle it down. Landy's able to touch one to Jane, and a ball in towards Gibbons. Heavy pass from Jane, sort of off the mark there, but cleared by Bekeza. Big header out of bounds by the Rams, be a Panther throw.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the connections in the midfield are just a little off, Rob. It seems like their touches are just a bit off.
Madsen with another clear. Can't hang your head there. Here's Donnelly in. Snyder giving chase. Donnelly cuts past her. Gianni now. Donnelly into the top of the area. Shoots. Oh, off the post.
She just missed it.
Impossibly missed a wide open net from 15 yards out. That is not going to happen very often. Wow. As she did a nice job to get around Gianni and Snyder at the top of the box and just inexplicably could not finish into a wide open net.
Yeah, all she had to do was just pass it in. I don't know why she crushed it so badly. She made just a phenomenal play until that point.
Well, we need to punish that miss there by them. Landy at midfield. She goes down. Swan up over top. Looking for Donnelly again. Ball down into the channel from Nikki. It's just going to be too hard as Jane can't get on the end of that one. Looks like Lexi Worley going to check into the game for Jane Madsen.
Yeah, Lexi obviously is a high-energy player. I think you're hoping to get some energy up this right flank here.
25 and a half minutes remaining in the second half. 2-1 Panther lead. You could say they are clinging to this lead. Especially look at the goal kick. Again, Panthers just need to be all over this. They don't seem to be reacting to it. Here comes Perry now. Cuts inside on the dribble. Passes beyond Gibbons' reach, though. Perry gives it right to Swan at midfield. Kalen running up the middle. Snyder had a nice head start there, though, and she's able to shield her off the ball as it comes to Gianni.
I'll tell you what, Swan just has wonderful service, just wonderful touch with the ball at her feet.
Well, and she certainly has plenty of time to make service.
Well, that's the problem.
Which is our problem.
But she's putting all kinds of pressure on the Panther back four, who looks a little beleaguered tonight. Definitely, they've had a good year, but oh dear.
Bekeza's header gets over top, and there's Kalen and puts one into that top corner, 2-2. It's just way too easy for the Rams as they're able to equalize here with 24 and a half minutes remaining. Elena Kalen. 2. Yeah, way too easy. She had just a ton of time out there. The Panthers just not able to close the ball down. The service came in from midfield, went over her back four's head, and she just it was just really, really easy for her to cut that ball inside and get a shot off.
I mean, there are problems as to why it's happening, but the back four is really beleaguered right now. They just don't seem to be organized, and they seem to be on their heels. I mean, it's you're right. It's the lack of possession and the turnovers like this that are causing it. But it's not been a great night for the back four, who's really had a good, steady year.
Ball played long in towards Bogan. She touches it down out of bounds in the near corner, so a throw coming for the Rams. So with 24 minutes left, it's 2-2. And the Panthers need to find something here, something to hold on to. It's been the Rams getting most of the chances in this second half, and they were able to convert there. Gilbert with a throw. In towards the corner of the area. Bogan holds it up nicely. Wide for Worley. Little give and go back to Bogan. Worley trying to get on the end of it again, but Swan back in her own end defending. Plays it all the way up to Bekeza. Volleyed up to Donnelly. She's confronted there, but is able to play a ball up over midfield. Kren gets a hold of it. Now she's on the dribble. Watch out here because she's a little out of shape for the Panthers right now. And another turnover. Good job by Haley Perry to get back though and win that ball. Be a throw for the Rams on the far side.
Yeah, I mean, every time the ball gets sort of anywhere near the Pine-Richland back line, you just see all kinds of errant touches and things. It's really a shame the Panthers haven't been able to, another turnover.
Another giveaway.
They just haven't been able to possess the ball and put enough pressure on them. Really, to me, that's the story of the match more than anything else so far.
Here's a ball to Donnelly. She just turns and wheels and puts it upfield. Why not? That's been the formula that's worked for them. Donnelly again on it. 30 yards out, shoots from distance, and wide of the near post. So be a goal kick for the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers have got to figure out a way to keep that ball in the midfield, to possess it, and to get forward into the final third without turning it over and creating a counter. It's just it's been a puzzle tonight, and they just haven't been able to do it. And this is a team with a lot of quality. We just haven't seen enough of it tonight.
Kren on the far side. Up to Bogan. And down the line by Rocco. Bogan giving chase and played out. So it will be a throw-in for the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a good, simple give and go. Bogan and Emily Rocco has been pretty good up that left side.
She crosses with the left foot into the area. There was a hand there. Handball, but nothing given.
Yeah, Lexi's got to continue her run there and assume there might be a spill or something, because that's kind of what's happened all night with the defense back there. That's a good shutdown right there from Gilbert. That is exactly what we need to see. Don't give them the space to send those balls in.
Ball up the line from Bekeza. Comes to Kalen, who dribbles inside. Finds Donnelly. Her pass is off the mark, though, and Kren picks that up. Finds Perry far side. She's pressured, though, and just passes it out of bounds. Another turnover by the Panthers. Clock ticking down to 20 minutes remaining second half. 2-2 the score. The Panthers aren't careful here. They're gonna concede again. They need to find their footing in the midfield. Connect a few passes and get Pine-Richland chasing. Just not closing the ball down quickly enough, Gavin.
No, absolutely not. There's just too much room out there. Here's Worley now with it.
Pass comes right to Swan. Bekeza knocks it out the near side. And it'll be a throw for the Rams. Here's Mertz. Pass to Worley. Tries to get it back to Mertz. Kalen's defending her. Landy stays on the ball. Does a good job to shield and find its way back to Gilbert, but her pass is off the mark. Comes right to Pine-Richland. They return the favor and give it right back to Rocco. An errant pass by Perry, and here come the Pine-Richland Rams again, and they give it right back to the Panthers. So it's a lot of little bit of ping pong here. Long ball up to Mertz. Ball gets past her, and it's Swan now. Kalen near side. Gilbert defending. Donnelly making a run to the corner. Kalen comes inside on that right foot. Cuts back now. Tackled away, but still Pine-Richland's able to stay on it. That's Kalen still. They turn and play it back to Swan. 35 yards out. Here's Mertz now over midfield. On the dribble. Has Gibbons in the center. Landy keeps it in front of the Panthers bench, but she's dispossessed. And here comes Donnelly. Past Worley. Cutting across that field. Perry now defending. Rocco's dispossessed. Shot taken, cross. Kalen's there, left foot. Lays it back. Shot taken. Oh, nice block. Here's Donnelly now, top of the D. She's defended heavily by Bekeza. Got to be careful there. And Rocco's going to try to see this out over the far end line, and it will go for a Panthers goal kick. So another dangerous opportunity for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like they're holding on more than they're, the shoe just hasn't been on the front foot tonight for the Panthers for whatever reason. You feel like they're sort of playing counter or punch, and that's very unusual for this team. Credit to Pine-Richland, they've been very good, but just feel like the Panthers haven't quite had their A game tonight.
No, absolutely not. Not even close. They're fortunate to be at 2-2 right now, and you hope that they can find some spark to get themselves going in this game. With 17 minutes remaining, there'll be substitution. Maddie Hujak in the game. Lexi Worley coming off. Looks like Maddie will go into midfield. Maybe they're going to move Landy out to this right flank.
Yeah, going to try to take advantage of maybe getting a matchup out there. When Landy's in the middle, it's very easy to double team her and give her a lot of attention. I think you're going to try to get her on the flank and get her isolated.
Here's Bogan on it. And a foul called on Swan. Panthers have a chance to play quickly. They don't. And it'll come up to Snyder. Meal will come up to take this.
Carson is not a big person, but she really uses her body well to shield. That's the second or third time she's been able to do that. This is a dangerous ball here.
Floated in.
Oh,
and
dear.
Just bounces twice before the goalie can grab it with no Panthers able to get there.
Yeah, that's disappointing. You got to take advantage of that opportunity because it was not well defended.
Goalie punt comes up over midfield. Perry's there. They're going to call a foul on Pine-Richland. And a free kick coming up for the Panthers.
I'd keep putting it up in the area as hard as you can because honestly, they just don't look comfortable back there. The Pine-Richland back four.
Ball played by Kren right into the D. Big bounce, but again, the Panthers aren't able to make any runs into the box and get on the end of that.
Yeah, Panthers got to be more aggressive on set pieces. If you don't get numbers forward on the counter because you're worried about Pine-Richland's counter, I get that. But on set pieces, that's your opportunity to get numbers forward, and I think the Panthers got to be a little more aggressive on those opportunities.
Here's Kren on the far side, battling with Malabicki, and Rocco comes out with it. Hujak tries to play a ball down to the corner. And just touched out by the Rams. Throw coming for the Panthers.
Another good job from Bogan to win one and to play down there. Emily Rocco's almost got free on the flank there to try to get a cross off.
15 minutes remaining in the second half. 2-2 score. That ball was out of bounds before she played it. So it'll be a throw in for the Rams on the far side.
Yeah, Panthers were possessing a little bit in tight quarters there. They put a couple good things together, but not enough to get a good cross off here. See if the Panthers can keep them pinned back in their own end. It's important for a lot of different reasons, but mostly because, again, anytime we get a chance to pressure their back four has been dangerous tonight.
Malabicki looking for Donnelly, but her pass is too far, and Bekeza just puts it back down towards the end line. It's going to roll out before anyone can get to it. So a goal kick coming. Panthers need to look alive on these goal kicks because they have been weak the entire game.
Yeah, it looks like from where the Pine-Richland defenders are positioned, they kind of know that.
And it is taken short. Oh, ball goes right over Rocco's head. And Pine-Richland will play it up over midfield. Rams clear it off of Perry, and it falls very nicely for them. Kalen looking to get on the end of this. Here's Bekeza now. Plays it out to the near corner for a Ram throw.
Yeah, she
really about 5 yards off the end line.
I thought she was just going to play it back to Jules, and
again, there's a player coming from all the way across the field to receive that throw. Ball over Donnelly's head. Rocco's there to volley up the far touchline. No Panthers there, though. Here come the Rams. Top of the area. Gilbert's there. Little indecision. Kalen was there, too. She had tons of time to run onto that ball. Here's Bogan. Tries to look through on the near side. But it comes past Mertz. Now she gets a hold of it. Swan defending. Here's Landy again. Tries to cut outside on the dribble. Ball goes out of bounds. Be a throw for the Panthers. Gilbert with a throw. Takes it short to Hujak. The ball went out, and it'll be a throw for the Rams.
So 12.5 left here, Rob. 2-2. The Panthers have just got to figure out a way to get anything up there. I think the Panthers' best opportunity at this point is set piece. And those are the things you kind of have to look for.
And it's sort of sad to have to say that because they're absolutely capable of breaking these back four down, but they just seem to not have the wherewithal tonight to compete in the midfield.
Yeah, they don't have the ball enough.
Bogan touches one wide, looking for Mertz, goes off a Pine-Richland player, and it'll be a Panther throw. Landy takes the throw quickly to Perry, knocks it back out to Landy, crosses with that left foot. It's a big blooper, bounces high. Oh, and it goes in! Nikki Gibbons gets on the end of a prayer from Landy and gets the third goal for the Panthers. Nikki from Landy.
Well, Rob, this is one of the strangest games I've ever watched. Maybe it is the full moon. I was laughing about it earlier.
What was that?
I mean, that's just a really flukish goal. I mean, give Landy credit. She did exactly what you should do because they've been shaky back there. Put it up in the air. And Nikki did a great job. She, frightened the goalie. But honestly, the goalie misplayed it so badly off her line that it almost went in without her.
Right. It almost went in off of that big first bounce. And Nikki was able to just come and say, you know what, I'm going to knock this in. Thank you very much. So here comes Pine-Richland. 11 and a half minutes, Gavin. Panthers need to come up with something here to thwart this attack of the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers need to, every time they get it, put it up. Anytime you get a chance to put it up in the goalie and in the back four, you do it because
Amen.
They are just ultra shaky.
You just saw what the fruits of that plan would be.
A great job from Carson Bogan here, beating two girls, trying to draw a foul. But instead, we get a throw in. Great work from Carson. Rob, I'm sort of speechless. This is such a strange match tonight. This is the opposite of every St. Clair game I've seen this year. Both
the Pine-Richland goals were very sort of odd goals when they've had plenty of chances to score nice goals. And then St. Clair, that last goal was a head-scratcher. But, again, credit to Landy and Nikki for pulling that one off. Big header there from Gibbons. Comes right to Donnelly. She plays a Header into the path of Kalen. Bekeza's there and knocks it out over the near touchline. So a throw coming for Pine-Richland. You can see the urgency setting into their game with 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Gilbert turns, and they're going to say that is a goal kick.
I think that's the right call. Rob, this is the last thing you'd ever hear from me, who's always like, let's get another, let's possess the ball in their end. I'd have Nikki back there almost as a fifth defenseman, because just to win those high lobbing balls.
She's to sit right in front of this two center backs and just provide cover for them. And a little bit of depth in defending. Ball comes past Kren. That's Malabicki on the far side.
Ooh, good back pressure from Emily Rocco.
Yes, and that really allowed Kren to win that ball. But she's not able to get the pass off. And thankfully from Swan, she just hit it way too far. Your feet there, yes. Jules can just let the clock tick
makes
down.
It absolutely.
She should dribble to the end line.
Use every terrible tactic that the other teams use against St. Clair when they're losing.
Look, she's still not picking up. Very nice play from Jules there. Knocked a good 10 or 15 seconds off the clock. And she'll go ahead and punt this one. This is a good spot for Nikki to try to win a header and flick one on. There it is right there. Second ball comes to Pine-Richland, though, as the Panthers weren't ready to react. Up the line, Malabicki, watch out here. Good defending there. I think that was Perry on the far side. Finally seems to have a flame lit under her from a defensive perspective. Here comes, Mia stumbles. Here's Donnelly, shoots and scores. No!
Oh, my God.
Oh, my Lord.
She did it again.
How on earth did she miss again? That's unbelievable.
Well, they called it a corner.
Yeah, it must have been deflected. I don't think Jules got a hand to it.
She almost must have, because she was the only one there. Mia just blew a tire. This is, what a strange game. Oh, no, they're falling asleep here. Unbelievable. They just fell totally asleep. She was wide open. Kalen again.
Elena Kalen.
She wasn't even marked. They just totally fell asleep.
Is this the strangest game you have seen?
I don't understand how that happens. They got really lucky to not obviously to not allow a goal, and to just
the score, Mr. C.
Just to not mark there is just incredible. They're just, St. Clair's really out of sorts tonight. That's the only thing I can say. I hopefully they can find a way to pull this off. But my oh my, we've seen just some. This just hadn't seemed like the same team we saw all year.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know what to say. It's been a bizarre game. Here's Kalen again, looking for a fourth goal. She can be offsides there, but she was in. Had she been one step back, she was definitely in. The Panthers just have not been able to sort that situation out, and the set-piece defending there was absolutely horrible. And give Kalen credit, nice shot right inside the back post, but just had time to set that up. And the Panthers just still giving the ball away with such regularity. See if they can get some traction here in the last 7 minutes and find a way back into this one. 3-3 the score. Here's Donnelly. You figure she's not going to miss a third time. Into the area. Snyder's there, shoots right on Gianni. Going to be a corner kick. Good positioning there from Jules.
Yeah, I mean, they've given up 3 goals tonight, none of which have really been Jules' fault. She's had a really good night. She's been just under heavy siege most of the night.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this. They could have 6 goals by now easily. So a corner kick coming. See if the Panthers can stay awake. There are free bodies in the box right now that I see. Headed out by Snyder, top of the box. Shot comes. Bekeza clears, not out though. Landy coming over on the near side. And a high shot's played in towards the near post. Gianni gets a hold of it. 6.5 minutes remaining now. Think about how many times our forwards have touched the ball in the final third in the last 20 minutes, and it's not many. Again, a giveaway by the Panthers comes right to Swan. Played down into the channel. Kalen there with her speed. Cuts it back on Gilbert in the box. Kalen shoots. Luckily for the Panthers, it was a weak one. She was looking for number 4 there.
Her pace is just giving them absolute fits tonight. Really, her and Donnelly. Just two outstanding players, outstanding athletes, and the Panthers really haven't had much answer for that this evening. The answer should be to possess the ball and play more with the ball at their feet. They just haven't been able to do it tonight.
Here's Mertz at midfield. Passes to Hujak. Ball runs past her, though. She just wasn't able to settle that one down. Landy again. Ball past Perry. The ref sort of got in the way there, and it comes to Malabicki.
Good turn from Mia. Really nice.
Looking for Landy's run on this near side. Ball played past her. And this is the time where you think the seniors on the field start saying to themselves, I don't want this to end. So we need to find another gear.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you just, somebody needs to make a play. That's the old cliche, but it takes one. No matter how bad they've been, it doesn't matter. At this point, one play, I'm not going to say ends this game because there could be 8 more goals the way this is going, but
Madsen back in the game, Bogan off. Looks like Landy moving up top. Perry plays wide to Madsen. One touch pass to Hujak.
Just not on the same page with Landy. Oh, she almost won it back.
Maddie's still applying pressure. Here's Jane near side. They find Kaylin. Madsen to Perry. She goes out on the far side to Rocco. Landy runs out to that far side, but the ball's played centrally and a ball over top. Is this Malabicki? Yes, but Snyder's able to get there first. Gianni had time to maybe take a touch there, but played it one time out of bounds on the far side, so Ram throw.
The Panthers actually had some possession there. If I'm the Panthers there, I put it up in the box. I mean, heck, usually I'm a possess and make a play, but not tonight.
Nikki playing a little higher up the field now, too.
Well, you almost have to. I mean, goal prevention at this point, yeah. I mean, you can't let them score, but, the Panthers need to take their shot when they get one and try to, walk this off.
Ball deflects off Donnelly right back to Gianni with 3:18 remaining. 3-3 the score. It's been a crazy one here. Crazy from the perspective of just some really odd goals. Here's Mertz coming back to win a ball. Finds Rocco far side. Down the line for Landy, but that pass is blocked. Now Landy coming up to the corner of the area. Oh, the clearance comes right to Landy. Left foot across goal. Oh, no one there. Dangerous ball as Madsen and Gibbons were heading into the area there in front of goal. Just couldn't get there quite in time.
Yeah, but that's the right play. Again, Landy made a smart play. Instead of pressuring her, she kind of waited and expected a mistouch, which she got, and it gave her a great, here's another poor goal kick.
Every single one of them is poor. Here comes Perry now. Tries to back heel to Madsen. Good pressure, though, from the Rams. Comes Bekeza. She looks forward immediately. Landy into the area. She's shielded off the ball, though, and the goalie picks it up.
Boy, that was close. She had almost was able to turn the corner there.
2:10 remaining. At this point, it looks like overtime is a strong possibility.
Yeah,
push on the far side. Jeez. Yeah, that was Malabicki. Really got into Rocco.
Mia should take her time and put this up.
Didn't take her time. Did put it in towards the area. Comes off of Gibbons. Wide for Rocco, who just plays it wide, well wide of that near post.
Yeah, miss hit. I don't know exactly what her intention was there, but just a miss hit from Emily. This is a little better from the Panthers. Again, try to pin them deep on the goal kick. That's just another miss hit.
Rocco's pass for Landy's off the mark, but it goes off of a Pine-Richland defender. Plenty of time for the Panthers. Landy throws it in towards Nikki in the corner of the area. She just wheels Boots it. Deflection comes to Landy. Crosses back post. Oh, off of the football upright. It's going to be a goal kick. Again, that's sort of the right idea, right?
It's absolutely the right idea. I mean, you almost scored on one that was less dangerous than that.
Oh, a short kick comes to Perry. She heads it. There's Jane charging forward. A missed clearance. There's Hujak now. Gilbert does well to step in front of Kalen. Snyder coming forward. 30 seconds now. On that left foot from a long distance. Easily handled by
still the right play.
Pine-Richland goalie. 20 seconds remaining. Punt's taken towards midfield. Foul called. That's actually lucky for the Panthers.
Fine.
It's going to kill some clock. 10 seconds now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And we will be heading to overtime. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Overtime is upon us. There's the first touch. Comes to Hujak. Gavin, we were talking there in the break about the chances for the Panthers versus the Rams, and it's sort of a toss-up here. Pine-Richland has had more chances in this game, no doubt, and haven't been able to finish. Panthers with fewer chances and have finished more of them. So it's we'll see who gets more of the good looks in overtime.
My guess, Rob, unlike the game before us, this is not going to go super long. That's my guess.
The thing is, yeah, we were talking about this too. The seniors, they're in the equation here. They got to realize this is it for them. If they lose, it's all over, and that's a sobering thought. So hopefully they're finding some motivation in that thought.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to be totally desperate. You got to totally sell out effort-wise on 50-50 balls and any opportunity you get. That's really the reality of it.
Oh, ball played far side. Here it is. It's Malabicki coming in. Oh, and Gianni. I'm sorry, that was Kalen. Gianni comes out and knocks it over the end line past that near post. Kalen was in. She was looking right at it and just couldn't get it past Gianni.
Jules has just been fabulous tonight. I mean, she's been fabulous. She's prevented a ton. The back line is just, they've just not been able to, those through balls and over the top balls, they've just had no answer.
Panthers have this zonal marking scheme that just isn't working. They need to be going man to man here. They take it short. They get the service over Gianni. She parries it and keeps it over from going over the end line. Does Rocco? Landy isn't able to keep it in.
My gosh, Jules has just made about 5 10-bell saves tonight.
This game could be 8-3 easily. Mertz dribbles past Swan and plays a ball.
Great ball.
Far side for Madsen. Able to keep it in. Then it goes out after that first touch. Up the line comes Kalen. Bekeza drills it up towards midfield. Pine-Richland will get a hold of it. Here's Hujak trying to close down the Pine-Richland attack. It comes to Snyder. She touches to Rocco, near side. Goes down the line looking for Landy's run. Landy should be able to get to this. And it goes out over the end line, going to be a goal kick for the Rams.
Good idea, though. That's the type of ball you need to play. Honestly, at this point, you want to go deep and pressure the back four. Whether if you can get it inside about the 40, you want to go high and play that lobbing ball that the goalie and the back four have had trouble with. But otherwise, you got these goal kicks are just. I feel like they're as dangerous of an opportunity as the Panthers have if they can just win them cleanly.
We still, despite the fact we're into overtime, we're not reacting to them. We should just be setting up to pounce on every single one of them, and we're just not doing it. It's a throw over midfield. Rocco gets a hold of it. Right back to the Rams, and they're going to say it's a throw for the Panthers. Throw taken back to Kren. And the ball finds its way over to Gilbert in the middle of the field. She plays it long. Pine-Richland volleys back to midfield. Here's Bekeza heading it into Hujak's path.
Yeah,
They
handball.
call advantage. No, they won't, thankfully, for the Panthers. It was a handball on Hujak. Taken quickly up to Donnelly. She's able to turn. Finds Kalen. She turns. Top of the area, Kalen on her right foot. Oh, Snyder now. Kalen with some composure shoots. Gianni way out. Is able to pick it up as Kalen shot. I'll tell you, some of the sequences we've had in this game are just unbelievable.
What poise from Kalen, but Jules, she had no angle there. Jules was just out right in front of her.
Hujak. Ball gets past Landy, and here's Nikki up again. I'm not sure who's playing that holding mid position right now, but here's Perry now wide.
Oh, good header from Nikki. Here we go. Here's
Mertz
Landy.
towards the corner of the area. 2 defenders to beat out there. Down towards the end line comes Landy. Cuts it back to that left foot. Crosses now. There's Hujak. Ball over her head. Top of the area. Perry shoots. And just sort of didn't get the right shot off, and Pine-Richland's able to clear. Snyder lofts one back into the area.
Good idea. It didn't work, but I think that's fine. Every time you get a chance to do that. Boy, Landy with a really dangerous cross. Haley just couldn't quite get the foot on it.
Cuts it back outside. Looks at Landy. She's able to turn and face up. Shoots from distance.
Oh, great
and the
strike. Good
goalie's
save.
there. That was on target. And she forced the goalie into a diving save there with 9.5 minutes remaining in the first overtime.
And Landy did exactly what I would want her to do in that situation. Put it on goal. Here we go. Here's
Gibbons.
Nikki.
Look
Oh,
through,
great
ball
ball.
through. Mertz in the area. Shoots. Oh, the goalie's there. Landy. Shoots.
There it is!
Scores.
Landy
Game
Mertz got the
over. Panthers win.
goal.
Landy's able to get on the end of one in the box. And the Panthers will advance to the WPIAL semifinals. Unbelievable. In the end, Panthers win.
Let us never speak of this game again.
Oh, my. Good night, folks. And we will see you when and where. I don't know, Gavin. Thanks, buddy.